Hello, my name is Sarah Young, and welcome to a tour of Malta, Sicily, and the Adriatic coast of Italy aboard Grand Circle's ship, the Arethusa. Our first stop is Malta, the island nation in the Mediterranean and home to about 400,000 people. With a visit to the walled city of Mdina, with its architecture of characteristic yellow limestone. Mdina is known as the Silent City. No cars are allowed except for those of residents. It is said that St. Paul took refuge here in Rabat after being shipwrecked, and it was here that he began to teach Christianity to the Maltese. The megalithic temple complex and UNESCO World Heritage Site, Hay Gar Kim, is considered to be one of the oldest freestanding stone monuments in the world. Created from limestone, the main temple was built between 3600 to 3200 BC. These three fortified towns date back to the time of the Phoenicians. Within the three cities area of Malta is St. John's Co-Cathedral, one of Europe's most spectacular churches, built by the Knights of St. John and completed in 1577. Its floor is comprised of 400 marble tombstones, and the ceiling is covered with scenes from the life of John the Baptist. The walled city of Valletta is the capital of Malta. It is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and was founded by the Knights of Malta more than 500 years ago. Rough seas actually allowed an unplanned but fantastic visit to Syracuse, Italy, on the island of Sicily. It is yet again another UNESCO World Heritage Site, notable for its rich Greek and Roman history. Open every morning except Sunday, the historic food market sells authentic and exquisite produce from the region. Crossing the sea and under the boot of Italy, we enter the eastern coast of Italy along the Adriatic. Our first stop in the Puglia region is a visit to the historic port town of Otranto and its 15th century castle. Like many of the towns in the area, Otranto was founded by Greeks and later occupied by Romans, Byzantines, the Normans, and later the Turks. Further along the coast, we arrive in Monopoli. It is a city born of the sea and one that lives from the sea. The cultivation of olives is one of this area's greatest resources. Some of the olive trees in the groves are centuries old. However, currently this valuable crop is in danger from a bacteria which causes trees to dry up and die. Although extensive research is underway, at this time there is no known cure for the disease. Alberobello is an ideal site to view the traditional dry stone huts with conical roofs known as trullis, a word derived from the Greek word for dome. Further inland is the town of Matera, which was recently chosen as European Capital of Culture for 2019. Inhabited continuously since Neolithic times, the original and oldest clusters of dwellings were carved into the rock caves. Bari, Puglia's largest seaside city, is a city blending the old and the new. The 11th century St. Nicholas Basilica is an important destination for Roman Catholics and Orthodox Christians alike. Celebrating the arrival of St. Nicholas's bones to Bari, the religious folk festival also turns the public square into a festive fairyland lit by large, beautiful, lacy screens. Among the world's oldest republics is the Republic of San Marino, which retains much of its historic architecture. It is also almost impossible to become a citizen of this nation unless you were born here. A gem of the hill town of Urbino is the Ducal Palace, the first ducal palace to be built in Italy. And since 1912, the palace has been the home to the National Gallery, housing one of the world's most important collections of Renaissance paintings in 80 of the palace's renovated rooms. Once the capital of the Western Roman Empire, Ravenna boasts one of the world's most dazzling collections of early Christian mosaic work. Torcello is a sparsely populated island at the northern end of the Venetian lagoon, famous for its churches with their 12th century Byzantine mosaics. Nearby, Burano is known as the colorful island of lace. Many international magazines actually include Burano among the 10 most colorful locations in the world. And lastly, our arrival into Venice, a fabled destination for centuries. Never was a thoroughfare so aptly named as the Grand Canal, reflecting the glories of Venetian architecture lining its banks. There are 417 bridges in Venice, 72 of which are private. 350 gondolas are on the Venetian waterways. Venice is comprised of 118 islands. However, it is believed that the city is sinking at a rate of 1 to 2 millimeters per year. However, Venice is a glorious cliché, more beautiful and more surprising than you could ever expect. This wonderful journey has afforded us a glimpse into the Mediterranean and Adriatic lifestyle. Have experienced firsthand the importance of the preservation of the arts, including pottery and mosaics, both traditional and contemporary. The tradition of hand-carved puppets and their hand-sewn costumes remain. Time-honored pasta creation, as well as the sampling of the region's culinary delights, enhance our immersion. But finally, it is the vibrance and generosity of the people, with their ongoing appreciation of their history, art, culture, and traditions, that intensify and elevate this experience. A truly great trip.